G'day everyone, Ben here. Welcome back to another episode of Cruising Tomatoes. Today we're going to walk you through the latest enhancements and mods that we've done to our 100 series Land Cruiser since we purchased it. So it's going to be a very detailed walkthrough. I'd also like to let you know that all the products that we've done to this vehicle, we have not received any form of sponsorships, any forms of donations or anything like that. So all the feedback is my opinion based on the products. I've used the product myself, also the service that I've received when buying these products. So I think this information is really helpful when us as consumers are trying to make a really good decision on where to spend our hard-earned bucks. So we want to make sure we are getting our best bang for our dollar. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk you through the front of the vehicle first, what we've done to it, my opinions on the vehicle, and I hope you enjoy the video. So starting over here, as you can see, we've made quite a lot of changes from when we first initially bought the vehicle. The whole bar was originally that bronzy color. We've had that removed completely. It's been sandblasted back down to bare metal, and we've had it painted white to match the vehicle. We've also done that to the rear of the vehicle as well, which I'll show you when we walk around that side. While we had the bar off, we've also changed the LED indicators to make them more modern. We also added a King's Dominator winch on it, so it's a 12,000 pound winch with synthetic rope. While we also did that, we added the K-On license plate lifter, so that way when we want to use the winch, we just flick that up and it won't cause any rubbing on the synthetic rope, which is really important. The winch is currently sitting up here, so the hook is up here. The reason the hook is up here, we are unable to actually fit it to the rated recovery points as the hook is actually too big. Look, it sits there quite well. If we drop it down, it actually does make a bit of a rattle on the bar. While it's not probably the prettiest at the moment, look, it is what it is. We're trying to make things as practical as possible. Look, really happy with it. The reason that we have actually purchased the Dominator Extreme winch, it's actually the third one we've used. Never had any problems with them. I have heard a few of the older models. This is the third model that we've actually used. I'm not a beginner to winches. We've also used things like the Warn XP95. Again, never had any issues on that. I just couldn't justify the pricing. I've actually used Aldi winches, which surprisingly for 300 bucks are actually really quite good. I've used the Runford winch, again, no problems. So look, I just thought, look, bang for my buck. It was a really good purchase, good buy. Look, this build is on a bit of a budget, but we're also trying to get our best value for money as well. So, moving on from that, we've also installed a set of Supernova Infinite 8.5 inch LED driving lights with a combo spread, which is done by the filter here. They are completely waterproof, completely dust proof. They come with a really solid frame. Honestly, I love these lights. I think they're absolutely amazing. We've shot them in the dark and they just completely light up anything. My only gripe I'll say with them is not the actual product, it's actually the company. I called up 3 times prior to purchasing them just to ask some questions. Never got a response back. So if you're after some customer service, I would say you're barking up the wrong tree because their lack of customer service is non-existent. But obviously in saying that, the product here is absolutely fantastic. Really good. I've used Light Forces for most of my vehicles. I love to support Australian-made businesses, so all of my products are usually Australian-made products. But this time I thought, look, I'm going to go a bit of a change, so I have gone the Supernova in this instance. They're really good. They're not too big, so they still allow the airflow to flow through to the radiator, which, as you can see, we've also installed a bug screen protector there, just to give a little bit of extra protection when we are traveling those bug roads in the middle of the dark. So I think really good value for money. I love the fact that Toyota actually make these genuine, so another little bit of added protection there. Also on the front end, we've added here the GME 2.1 dB aerial. So this is just for basically around town and some of our little bushy areas. It is actually connected inside with a GME XRS 370C UHF, which I've used again in the past. I've also got for our more outback trips a limited edition, really nice It's a white with a black base and a black tip, 6.6 dB antenna. So that's sort of more of our multi-purpose one. And again, look, I love GME. I've used them many times. I've used Uniden as well. I had the old UH8080S on our old Pajero, and that was an amazing UHF. So yeah, look, I'm not really too biased in terms of the products, as long as they're really good quality and they work. Again, look, I love GME. I love Lightforce, but I'm trying some new products on this one. So far, from a quality perspective, they're amazing. The wiring loom was great. But look, that's the front end of the vehicle. In terms of that, I'll move you to under the bonnet, and we'll show you what's under there. So let's go have a look. All right, so here we go under the nice bonnet. It is very nice and clean, as you guys can see. We did have a little bit of fun down at the Monkey Gum Trail. We're just testing it our first time there. Good news is the rear diff lock actually did work when we needed it. So what we've done here under the bonnet, a couple of really basic sort of mods so far. We've actually changed all the headlights and the high beams. We've used some JW speaker LEDs, and they're an amazing globe. Just not too bright, so they don't get in people's faces when you're coming down the road. So I've never had any complaints. Really can't rate them highly enough. We've also added in, if we'll come over here and have a look. So some really important mods. We've added in a rear differential, the front differential, transfer case, and the gearbox extended breather kit. So we added that on with an air on-board kit. Look, it's sort of not in the best spot that I would like, but given the lack of room here, that was the best spot we could put at the moment. We do have further plans, because we do have the third battery sitting here. I'm probably going to take this one out so I can put the secondary fuel filter in, which we'll show you on another video. These are some future plans. Also next to it, you can see this. Absolutely love this bit of gear. It's a DP diesel power chip. Again, I've used this in a 120 series Prado, and honestly, it transformed the vehicle. In this car, I can't rate it highly enough. This one combined with the new exhaust system that we put on this. So the old one was just absolutely corroded, had holes in as big as my fist. So we actually put on a Redback Extreme Duty exhaust through Lake Haven Exhaust up on the central coast of New South Wales. I've used Dean and his son there, and they are an amazing business. Again, look, I don't get any kickbacks from them. I'm just giving you my opinion. They're top quality in terms of their customer service. They really know their products. And the DP power chip, along with the 3-inch turbo back exhaust system from Redback, has just transformed the vehicle absolutely phenomenally. My fuel economy, look, is reasonable, probably about the same. I'm in no means, a bit of a lead foot. I don't drive it any harder, but it certainly is a lot more responsive, which definitely needed that with the old original motor. So that's basically it here in the engine bay. Apart from a little bit of maintenance, we put a new genuine Toyota radiator in on our service, new timing belt. Really important with the 1HE FTEs, when you're doing the timing belt, is to actually replace the whole, the pulleys and all the tensioner kit as well. Just a little bit of peace of mind for an extra couple of bucks, really worth doing. So we did all that in the one go. We also did, while we're under here, one further thing, we added the snorkel. So this snorkel here, again, hasn't added any noise, which is good. But just a bit of peace of mind. We actually fitted it ourselves. It was not the easiest job, I'll tell you that. We fitted it to a Prado before, and the Pajero was a little bit difficult as well, very similar to this. I thought the Landcruiser would have been easy, but no. So we had to remove the whole inner guard. It just wasn't easy. It involved a lot of modifications. But again, peace of mind, doing it yourself, we know that it's actually properly positively sealed. So really important when we are crossing those river crossings, with the family and the kids and the caravan in tow, that we do know that, look, we're not going to suck in any water to the engine. So that is the engine bay and what we've done so far. So let's move along and have a look at what we've done to the underbody components. So you probably remember on our initial video, we originally had Cooper AT3 tires. We've completely upgraded them to some Goodyear Wrangler Duratrax in 33-inch. Look, these tires so far, we've done about 5,500 Ks on them. Absolutely amazing tire. Love them so much. I've used in the past Hankook Dyno Pro MT2s. They were great if you love noise, but they were a great tyre in the wet, in the dry, on the road. It didn't matter, they were a great tyre. These tyres, I cannot rate them highly enough. So far, they're just absolutely fantastic. You can probably see here through the brake system, we've upgraded all the brakes, so all 4 brakes. We've got some DBA T3 rotors, along with some RDA pads, and we've also put in some Marks four-wheel drive adapters, stainless braided brake lines. Again, this has transformed the vehicle. It actually stops really good, whereas before it was really lagging in that respect. Behind here, we've also done the suspension, so you can probably see through here. We've finally upgraded the suspension from the original. So the original suspension, as I said in the original video, had done 460,000 kilometers. We've upgraded this. It's got some Cowl off-road upper control arms. And I've changed the whole front and rear suspension. So it's got shock absorbers, Dobinson's monotube IFP. I originally actually had ordered some Bilstein's B6s through Super Spares in Smithfield. Unfortunately, after being on hold for about 4 months, we were told that, look, they're not going to come for quite some time, and they gave me a really good deal on the Dobinsons. I was a bit hesitant. You know, I heard a few good things. My son actually runs Dobinsons on his 14 Hilux, which we're going to do another video on that. It's very heavily modified. So look, so far, my first impressions, we've taken it off-road, on-road, driven highway Ks. I can't fault the suspension setup so far. It does have an EFS torsion bar, which is heavy duty, and that's given the front, we've got about a 2-inch lift kit on the front. So given with the 33-inch tyres and a 2-inch lift, it is really nice. The rear is actually raised about 2.5 inch. So what else can we mention? So we also, I did put some bash plates underneath. So it's got Bushskins alloy bash plates front and rear. Again, you can see here, same tyres, beautiful brakes. You can see the nice T3s. And that's what we've done so far to the side of the vehicle. Having a look what else from when we did our first video, we've re-tinted the whole windows. So we've done the front and the side windows a little bit lighter than the back. So the back we've actually done at 5%, which we're allowed to do on a Landcruiser. And we did that basically to keep what's in the back out of prying eyes, keep it a little bit cooler. It's actually hasn't impeded our vision at all. What else have we done here? So as you can see, we've got the exhaust system. We have put in a high definition reverse camera, which is a wide view one. So that is absolutely fantastic, really crystal clear. And you can actually see the tow bar, perfect. So when you're trying to hook up that van, you can just drive straight on without having to have any arguments with the other partner about which way the car should be going, which will save your marriage, trust me on that. We also added in wiper blades. I know it sounds very minor, very trivial, but we put in this brand called TrueFit, and they were absolutely amazing. Look, they're not the cheapest. They're about 80 odd bucks for the set of 3. I could have gone to Repco and get a whole set for probably 30 bucks, but absolutely love them. They're a great kit, easy to fit. Honestly, wiper blades, you just really want good quality when you're out there, especially with all the dust. At least you can clear your windscreen nice and have good visibility. We also added on this dust deflector. In all honesty, apart from it looking good, it doesn't do anything practically. We went through some really dusty tracks the other day up at the near the Blue Mountains, and yeah, look, it hasn't done a single thing, same as the Monkey Gum Trail. But look, it looks nice, so let's give it a thumbs up just for a bit of good looks there. All right, so that's basically it for the outside of the vehicle. If you like, let's take you through the inside of the vehicle and our modifications we've done to date inside. So when we open up the doors of this beautiful Sahara, you can see here we've added some sand grabber mats. I've never used them before. I find them really good so far. They're comfy, they're easy to install. We've got them in the front and the rear as well. So we've also, if you want to have a look inside, we've also added in here a Pioneer double DIN head unit, and that has Apple CarPlay and Android, and obviously the reverse camera, which is really crystal clear. So if we put it into reverse, you'll see here the beautiful clarity on the screen. So you can see there how clear that picture is. I really can't rate that higher enough. So they sell them at Autobarn. The camera's about 130 bucks, and the unit, I think they're about 900. You probably noticed I did opt for one with a CD in it. I'm a bit old school sometimes. I do have, Apple Music, but sometimes, you just like to put in an old CD. It can play actually DVDs as well. So if the kids, you park somewhere and you're stuck in traffic and throwing a DVD and the kids can watch it, honestly, saves you from losing your hair. I vouch for that. Also, we've added in the HEMO navigation system just as a backup as well. Obviously, we've added the GME XRS 370, which, as you can see here in the center console here, we've added it via a nice little socket there, so if you want, you can take it in and out. And we have added on some extra USB ports. So one is a 2 amp and the other is a 3 amp. So really good if everyone wants to charge all of their phones at the same time. Just makes that little bit of peace of mind better. Our further addition that we've done really internally is the front and rear dash cams. So up here we've fitted in, it's a Thinkware U1000 dash cam. So it's a 4K unit for the front and a 2K unit in the rear. My personal experience from using it has, in all honesty, been horrendous. It is definitely not user friendly. While the quality is great, we watched lots of videos. I can pick up people's number plates from quite a fair distance away. The user friendly of it is very, very difficult. Pretty much every time I use it, forget about using the user manual. You've got to YouTube it and try and figure out how to save videos, how to do your live view. It's just not easy at all. Not like the black views. They're a lot easier to use. Although I do like the quality, I guess that's a trade-off until another company brings out quality just as good and the image is good. Because obviously if someone hits your car, you want to know, hey, you hit my car, here's your number plate. Whereas at the moment I can do that. Just trying to get that really stresses you out. I could personally say my wife has spent pretty good 4 hours once sitting in the car trying to figure out how to use half the functionality. So that's just my opinion. If anyone has any tips or advice on how to use the Thinkware 1000, I would greatly appreciate it. Please comment below. I do respond to all the comments. I'd really love to have those conversations and get your feedback. So that's currently what we've done to the vehicle so far. I hope you like what we've done. If you've got any questions or any ideas or any suggestions, I'd really appreciate it. Alternatively, stay tuned for the next video. We're going to show you a couple of new little updates, little modifications, along with a couple of purchases that we've made. So yeah, as I said, look forward to any questions. If you like the video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. If you want to subscribe to our channel and keep up to date with our latest mods and a couple of trips. So we're doing a video very shortly. You'll see us uploading of Turon Valley and Kapiti. So if you want to join us on that trip, we'd love to see you there. And yeah, thanks again for watching. Stay safe and all the best.